Question: could natural events cause an infestation of snakes, like the one described in the Book of Mormon? In Ether chapter 9, a unique event unfolded among the Jaredites. In the days of King Heth, the people rejected the prophets. In response, the Lord sent a great dearth upon the land, and the inhabitants began to be destroyed, for there was no rain. In the midst of this terrible drought, there came forth poisonous serpents also upon the face of the land. The people's flocks began to flee before the poisonous serpents towards the land southward. If things weren't bad enough, the serpents actually followed the flocks and then hedged up the way that the people could not pass. While this may seem like a scene from science fiction or a horror movie, you might be surprised at its scientific and historical realism. Ecological studies show that many animals, including some snake species, migrate during droughts, usually in search of food or water. This has occurred both anciently and in modern times. Renowned Latter-day Saint scholar Hugh Nibley has pointed to an instance from the 1st century BC, when the Roman army of Pompey was barred by snakes along the Araxes River. In a similar account, the Muslim ruler Shah Sadruddin was forced to abandon his efforts to build a capital city in the 13th century when snakes swarmed the construction site after a drought. In modern times, Book of Mormon scholar John H. Ventness recounted a personal experience on a farm near Jericho in Israel. The farm's water pumps were destroyed, causing mice to migrate to cultivated fields. It wasn't long before a horde of snakes followed the mice into human settlements. In 2007, a drought in Australia led to an infestation of deadly brown snakes, causing a spike in attacks on people. And in 2009, reduced water levels in the Euphrates and Tigris rivers caused snakes to swarm into populated areas of Iraq. A medical administrator remarked, "We knew these snakes before, but now they're coming in huge numbers. They're attacking buffalo and cattle, as well as people." So as horrific or far-fetched as it may seem, a correlation between droughts and snake infestations is all too real. Whether the phenomenon described in Ether was directly or indirectly caused by the Lord, it certainly has what Dr. Tventness described as a ring of truth about it. As Brant A. Gardner put it, what otherwise appears to be a fanciful tale contains surprising touches of authenticity. That's the evidence. You decide.